Hey, everybody. Welcome to True Crime Paranormal with the Psychic Sisters. I'm not really sure what just happened there, Kristi. Sounded like you were wrestling a bear, and our countdown stopped 5 seconds early, so we were both a little surprised.
Yeah. Well, I keep needing to put my laptop on a book so that I'm looking up a little higher, doing a little better job of looking up instead of down. And then I realized after I started the countdown, I forgot to do it. So I was really fast shoving this book under my laptop, and I kind of forgot you all can hear that. So sorry about that.
I mean, it's probably fine, but that makes me laugh.
I just keep meaning to do it, and every time I'm like, damn, I didn't put that book under here again. And today I'm like, no, that's it, because it's sitting right there. I'm doing it. Ridiculous.
Well, good. Speaking of wrestling a bear,
yes.
Did you hear about what happened in Anchorage?
No. What?
So this lady she and her husband or boyfriend were staying in a yurt. I think it was just like a pass-through place, like they were hiking or skiing or whatever.
A huge mistake from the very beginning. Staying in a yurt in Alaska? Come on.
She goes, right. So she leaves the yurt and goes to the outhouse. And when she sits down on the potty, something bites her or attacks her right on the tush. So
this is my biggest nightmare. Oh my God, it came true.
Yes. So she leaps up and runs into the yurt. Her boyfriend or husband, whoever, he goes out there, opens the lid, thinking that she thought she was bit by like maybe a squirrel or a mink or something. No, it was a black bear hanging out in the loo.
In the bathroom? Oh.
Yeah. So he opens the lid and is eye to eye with a bear. Yeah.
How did it even get in there?
Apparently there was some kind of a backdoor entrance. Excuse me. I know.
Oh, yeah. A backdoor entrance. Kind of sounds like it.
And Fish and Wildlife officers think he was probably denning in there, actually.
Oh.
So it's a crappy situation.
Came in and took a crap in his house. That's what happened.
Right.
Oh, my gosh. I'm telling you, that is my biggest fear. Every time I sit down on one of those, because where we live in Idaho, you use those quite often in the summertime.
Yeah.
I will admit, though, this is so stupid. It is always my fear of a giant snake like an anaconda come up and bite me on the ass.
Yes. That's usually people's fear is a snake. Yeah.
But why would an anaconda be in one of those? Because they don't even live here.
Right.
But now I'm terrified because we have black bears.
Get over yourself. Now it's a bear. Yes.
Holy shit.
That absolutely kills me. So funny. Yeah. Kelly says, "Oh, a bear bit my butt" by Dr. Seuss Jr.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, hello to our chatters. So we're looking at RJ, Innocuous, Brittany, Jacqueline, Gigi, Candace, JR, Kelly, Renee, Bianca, Andrea. I think I got you all. Brittany, I think I said Brittany, and Andrea. So thank you guys so much for being here. It is the Thursday night psychic show. So we're doing marching orders tonight. But of course, before we do that, we definitely want to check in. So first of all, the big question of every Thursday night, what did y'all make for dinner? And Kristi, how are you?
I'm really good. But I had a little snafu with dinner.
Oh dear.
Sometimes I am not a very good cook. Okay. It's mostly because sometimes I try to make things happen in time that I do not have.
Okay. Yeah.
I put a roast in I have one of those Ninja, do it all, what's cookers, right?
Foodies,
and I put a roast in thinking, okay, I don't really have time to slow cook, so I'll just bake it. It'll be fine. It was not fine. It was tough as hell. I've still got some of it in my teeth. Did not turn out so good.
Aww.
And I kind of wasted the roast, which is too bad because we probably won't eat the rest of it because, a little tough. Yeah. Which is too bad. But I put it in at like 4:30 and I'm like, I do not have time to slow cook this. I just should have made something else. It's always my impatience that ruins cooking for me. If I'm impatient and I'm like, just do it this way, it'll be fast, whatever, it'll be fine, blah, blah, blah. No, I should really learn from that. I am 45 years old. I should know that when I think that, I should stop and go, oh, wrong.
You don't have time for this, dummy. Do something else.
Right. Yeah, that is exactly what I should have done. So we had Yukon Gold potatoes with it, which was really good.
Nice.
But the roast was. I said, "Wow, this roast is pretty tough," and Rhonda's over there just chawing on it, and she goes, "It's a little tough," She'll never agree with me if I made something because she knows better.
Such a trooper. Yes, she is. So let's see. Cereal. Hey, Brittany, there's not a damn thing wrong with that. Let's see. Oh, grilled burgers and hot dogs.
Grilling. I'm jealous.
Andrea said she put her husband in charge of dinner tonight, so they had KFC. Yeah. Last time I put my husband in charge of dinner, I said, "What are you making for dinner?" This was a couple weeks ago. Pretty soon, Pizza Hut showed up. That's not keto. We ate it anyway.
Right.
Taco soup and cornbread. Nice. Yeah. Oh, more KFC. Yep. Oh, no, more grilled hot dogs and hamburgers. Nice. Well, it looks like, yes. Oh, Kelly says add red wine.
Interesting. I have not tried that.
That helps break it down. Nice. Meatball
Kelly
stuff.
would know.
You guys are awesome.
About adding wine to things. She would know.
That's true. I'm surprised she didn't say add limoncello, but
True.
Yeah.
True,
I could do that. Well, we made kind of a lasagna bake, sort of, but it should have had ricotta. I'll do it next time that way. But I sauteed onions and sliced zucchini and sliced yellow squash and seasoned them with garlic and stuff and Parmesan. And then I put it in the bottom of this big round frying pan I have. It's cool. It's this big neat pan I got for Christmas and I just can't quit using it. Anyway, and then I had browned a couple of chubs of turkey sausage with some mushrooms and olives and spaghetti sauce. And I poured that over top of that. And then I put a layer of mozzarella cheese on that and then just let it all kind of simmer together. And that's what I made. It turned out really good. But I thought I could have added a layer of ricotta to this and really made it like a lasagna, So I'm going to do it that way next time, but it turned out really good.
It sounds awesome.
Pretty happy with it. Yeah. Oh dear. Mary had an allergic reaction to Chinese food. Thankful for meds and ENTs. Good Lord. Mary, I'm glad you're okay. Holy cow.
Yeah, me too. That is way scary.
But I had the most hilarious phone call from my son today. The funniest part about it, and he comes to this stream quite a bit, so if he's here, hi, son. The funniest part about it is he didn't realize how funny this was. But so he has a little dog, and he lives in a duplex. And so he and 3 other guys rent one side, college students, and then on the other side is an elderly disabled couple. And he keeps an eye on them and hauls in their groceries and shovels their walk and, helps them out where he can. Well, they have this ancient Shih Tzu named Bill. And so, so his little dog, Layla, likes to play with Bill when she sees him. And he kind of, begrudgingly plays with her a little bit. Well, Micah took Layla out to potty this afternoon and looked up and she was gone. And they have a fenced yard. He's like, where the hell? So he turns around and realizes the neighbor's back door is open.
Oh, no.
And so he was like, oh, no. So he goes to the door and he's like, Layla's, are you in there? And their aide was there. And she'd left the door open because she'd mopped the floor and was letting it dry. So she's like, yeah, she's in here playing with Bill. Just come in and get her. So he goes in and she doesn't want to come to him. He ends up in the bedroom of these people who are in their bed. Having to get his dog out of there. And the old man's like, well, take Bill with you. Take him outside so they can play. But Bill's on the bed with them. So he's calling Bill and Bill won't come. So Mike is like, well, I guess Bill doesn't want to play. And he's like, no, you'll have to pick him up. Just come in and grab him. And he's like, oh my God. He couldn't have been more mortified and uncomfortable. So he goes and tries to get Bill off the bed, and Bill starts snarling at him and backing up.
It's like, what the hell? Are you kidnapping me from my parents?
I am in bed. he was so embarrassed. Anyway, so he let Bill stay there because Bill was not going with him and left the house absolutely dying. It is so funny to me. So he tells me this story, and I'm absolutely squealing with laughter. It was so funny. I don't think it even occurred to him how funny that was until he replayed it to me. And then he was like, I don't know why you think it's so funny. That was mortifying. I was so embarrassed. I'm like, oh, I know. That's
Yeah,
why it's
yeah,
so funny.
that's why it's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I'm
That is
dying.
pretty awesome.
I love it.
Like,
He's
I'll
like,
show you
"I
what I made when you have a
will check
moment.
their back door from now on before I put this
Right?
dog down."
Oh my hell, that's funny.
Too funny, but yes, you have show and tell.
I do. So this, it's hard to see it. It's a hematite
Ooh.
bracelet. Isn't it cool?
Uh-huh, that
I
is
found the
gorgeous.
funnest beads today, and I made one of these for me and Rhonda, and I can't stop playing with it
Oh,
because
I
it's
love
just
it.
so
That's
cute.
beautiful.
Anyway,
Nice.
it's kind of a boring show and tell, but that's what I've got.
Well, I like it. It's a great show and tell.
Well, thank you.
Well, we are going to do marching orders tonight. So
Yes,
it
we
is
are.
the first show of the month, and this is when we do it. So, marching orders basically, we're going to read by sign and give you some ideas of things to know for the coming month. So, I'm going to pull cards out of the Goddess Oracle deck, and Kristi is going to give us an energy activity for the month. So that's what it looks like. So we won't be doing individual readings tonight because marching orders really fills the whole hour, but that is what we are working on. Yep.
JR says 2 backdoor stories tonight.
Watch your back
JR,
doors.
you are hilarious. That's awesome.
It's true. Here we are.
I am gonna have nightmares about that bear story. I don't know what's gonna happen to me this summer. Yikes.
Well,
This may be too much information, but it might be pooping over a log for me like I did as a kid.
you know, when we were kids, we had a big family reunion that would happen every year in the same place. And there was an outhouse there because everyone was camping.
Yeah.
And one time, our cousin Jeff went into the outhouse and we got this brilliant idea to throw a firecracker down in the hole so you could
Because you could
access
kind of
like
behind it.
yeah, the hole that was dug for the you know what? Yeah. So along with some other cousins who had the firecrackers, we snuck out behind the outhouse and threw like a big firecracker, like what? A black cat or an M80. It was something big. And
Mhm.
threw that in the hole and it basically blew shit all over him.
Yeah, I don't think anybody had thought about, the explosive power of that M80. It was not good. No, he
No.
was less than pleased, but a
He
lot
came out
less
of
than pleased.
there ready to kill someone. We've
Yeah,
never
he
ran so
did.
fast,
He
man.
was ready to fight, man.
I think
So
it
bad.
burned him. I think as the story
It
goes,
did.
it blew shit everywhere and it burned him.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
burned him on the butt.
so
So, Jeff,
but
if you're listening, we're really sorry.
we blamed the older cousins. We were just accomplices, but
Yes, we were the witnesses.
still
Oh my
though,
gosh.
pretty funny. Poor Jeff.
Mhm.
No wonder he never comes around.
Yeah, you haven't seen him in a long time. He probably
I
doesn't
know.
dare go anywhere that there isn't an actual bathroom.
True, absolutely. Well, he doesn't trust this crew anymore for good reason. All righty. Well, we're going to go ahead and get started, and we're going to start with Pisces because it is Pisces' birthday.
Yes, it
I cannot
is.
wait to show you guys what I'm making for my Pisces for her birthday. But she also watches this one quite a bit. So I'm not going to show you tonight, but I will show you really soon. But we're making her a couple of really cool things for her birthday that I'm over the moon about. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull a card. All right. So the card
Start singing the
is
Jeopardy song. Almost.
the card is I never know this goddess's name. It's Yuri Gnome. And the message is ecstasy. So for Pisces this month, I feel like it's about decadence. I feel like it's about treating yourself, doing things that you want to do. I feel like we could see Pisces do some big things like this month, like buy a car or take a trip or buy get the really expensive hairdo or I frankly I feel like it'll be more like a cha-ching kind of thing. this month for Pisces. If Pisces gets out
Mhm.
of this month without dropping some coin, I'll be surprised because there is a real energy this month for you in indulging and doing something for yourself that you've been wanting to do. And maybe it is in scheduling that trip or signing up for school or doing something big that's kind of been on the back burner that you've been thinking about. So,
Mhm.
whatever that is for you, Pisces, start thinking about that. What is it that you have been wanting to do that you've kind of had in your periphery for a while? This is a good month to take action on it. No, it'll be very
Okay.
interesting to see what our Pisceans do. I could
It
see
sure
Pisces
will.
make a decision to move too, and maybe
Mhm.
put in an offer on a house or, start moving that direction. This is about something big, something you want, something you are
Wow.
tired of not having. Yep. Yep.
Okay. So then for Pisces, what I want to do is let's do a grounding exercise because I feel like you need to be grounded, thinking clearly so that you're making clear choices, making a choice that's good for you and not something that's impulsive because I feel like that's where things could go a little bit off the rails is, that. So I am going to, let's just do this. So just close your eyes and take a couple of deep breaths. I mean, everybody can do this. It doesn't have to be just Pisces. We're going to bring your attention to your root chakra, which is at the center of your spine. And you're going to, I want you to imagine yourself like a giant redwood tree. Think about the incredible root systems that redwoods have to keep them upright as tall as they are. So I want you to really sit up straight, reach your body up with a very straight spine. And then from the bottoms of your feet, I want you to just grow red roots down into the earth, deep into the earth, and spread them out wide around you to make a really strong connection to the earth, to ground you and center you, so that Pisces, the decisions that you make are the best decisions for you. They're not impulsive. They are, grounded in a plan. This is a great activity to do every day. Just ground you and center you. Okay. Just take a couple of deep breaths and open your eyes.
Fantastic. So there you go, Pisces. Get her done, but stay grounded about it so you don't have buyer's remorse.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I just feel like that's the important part.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And Brittany said she literally made a hair appointment for tomorrow. So
That's
awesome. Go,
hilarious.
Brittany. That's great.
Good job.
Okay, Aries. The card I pulled is Bast. Look at the
Mm,
Bast. This
oh,
card I absolutely
I
adore.
love
It's this darling orange cat that is dressed like the fancy queen. And the message of this card is play. Aries, here's where it's at, I think, for you. I feel like you've dealt with some really heavy stuff over the winter, over the last few months. Health stuff, money stuff, family stuff, just a lot of heavy blah. And you aren't even having fun right now. I feel like if I sat down with a lot of my Aries and said, "What are you doing for fun? When was the last time you really laughed?" They might not have a good answer for me. I think my Aries have gotten quite heavy and buried under sludge. So, your job this month is to create some fun.
Maybe they've
And,
been hibernating in a, you know,
yes,
one of
yeah.
those, what's.
Mhm.
In Idaho, we
Down there
call it
with
a
the
shitter.
bear.
I'm sorry.
Yes,
I know. We're very
yes.
vulgar here.
For sure. Yeah, they've been hiding out with the bear. Well, so Aries, but creating fun is exactly that. You need to make the plan, right? You need to find the media that cracks you up. You need to, if and it depends on everything on where we all live, if we have the vaccination. I mean, I know we're still in the throes of COVID, but I'm not going to pretend like we're not. But finding safe ways to get some of that fun, to get yourself out of the house, that's where it's at for you this month. And if you're having a hard time doing it for yourself, let a couple other, fun friends in on, your need. That, hey, I am heavy and struggling and feeling shitty. I could really use some help having fun. I promise you, you have friends that are better at it than you, and they'll help